Deeper. That's where this business is headed. It's been a 30-year gold rush in the offshore business, with operations getting bigger and more sophisticated every year. But here's the thing, the gold is gone. Once an area is mined out, only a few flakes are left behind.
Well, Alex, I've developed this pretty wide hole, about 10 feet wide. I see one piece of gold so far.
For our purposes, it's done.
I think we should call it on the spot. There's nothing here.
Maybe the gold will reconcentrate there again in 100 years, but I won't be around to get it. The result is that diver dredges have had to push deeper and deeper every year. I started working around 20-25 feet when I first bought the dredge in 2013. It's an easy, low-risk depth with no limits on dive time. Once that was mined out after a few seasons, we moved permanently to the 28 to 32 foot depth. Things got more complicated. It's harder to anchor, there's a strong current, and though you can still dive a full shift, you have to watch how deep you dig and pay attention to the tide. I've never seriously considered going to the 40-foot depth. It's too dangerous for the divers and the bottom time is too limited. But the longer we hunt around for good gold on spent ground, the more attractive the virgin ground out deeper becomes. But it won't be easy to get it. Having a solid dive system is a must. Last year, we upgraded our compressor to a more reliable machine, but that's not all it's going to take. In this episode, we'll show you how we need to modify the hose and the hardware that holds it in order to reach these new depths.
What do we have here?
More projects.
Oh, good.
Steve Riedel got these things shipped to us. We have a new davit. It's like a big kind of like a crane that's going to lift our hose up out of the water. That's going to be really nice to have. And we've got a bunch of metal. This is going to help with our outboard project. This looks broken. We have a pole, which is going to be really nice for pulling things up out of the water. Load this one.
In the last episode, we discovered our new Yamaha 115s wouldn't fit on the old outboard bracket, so Dan has to drop everything and fabricate new ones.
The erector is coming off.
Yep.
The erector didn't work.
Which, here's another level of risk. What we're gonna build has very little adjustments. We're gonna build a bracket where the outboard bolts on, and we used to have the ability to maybe go higher or lower. Now we're
One shot. This is Dan's plan right there.
Here's the plan.
That's it.
Yeah. That point right there. All we have to do is build a bracket to hold the outboards. Lines up at that point. Already did all the demolition. As you can see, this is destroyed.
In Nome, aluminum is as rare as an honest gold miner. You keep every scrap of aluminum you can, because when a project like this comes up, you don't want to have to go dumpster diving.
Put a dent in it. Domestic duties.
Yeah.
He's so docile.
We call this initiation.
Okay.
He's scrubbing. He don't know why.
Well prep.
Swap the deck, matey.
Hey, I thought I did that when I was young fishing. I thought I got out of that.
Well, now you're young gold mining. You didn't get out of it.
Dang it!
I thought this was the fun job. You know?
Oh no, I'm loving this. My hands are warm. This is hot water. Ooh, I have to soak my hands in warm water while it's freezing out.
But for real, you're doing this because?
Welding prep.
Yeah.
Got to have it clean so we can weld. Otherwise, the weld has all these impurities and then bad weld.
Roger.
When you're done playing with bubbles, could you grind all of this stuff flat and then do the same thing to that one?
Does Dusty work?
Yes.
Yeah, working with aluminum can be messy.
Hazardous.
We're filling up our fuel tank for the house.
This is how you heat your house in Nome. You get this big old barrel, drive it to the gas station, let her eat, get some diesel, then you come back to the house and you use this nozzle, you fill it into your tank that's hooked into your house, and then you turn on your heater and you have a warm cabin. Oh, we're gonna cut off. 75 gallons ought to be enough. Keep it going for a couple more days. We're on our way. This is what it means to get your little cabin warm. You gotta go get some fuel. This definitely beats carrying a whole bunch of 5-gallon gas jugs.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we're lucky.
It's easy. And this is running errands in Nome, Alaska.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
This is the whiteout.
I can't really see the road anymore.
Well, I think the storm's here.
Yeah, I guess so.
You can see we got a storm coming, and it just arrived.
I guess so. Just all of a sudden, all this blowing snow just came out of nowhere. Good thing we got this heating oil. We're gonna be warm tonight. Okay, here we go. Okay, we gotta turn on the pump.
We're in our new house. It's pretty nasty out.
But we're in good spirits.
We're in good spirits. Here's our new house. This is our house.
It's a good house.
Emily's brother's been building us a house. This is gonna be like the laundry room, bathroom, shower. Here's Dan's room. Here's my room for now.
Kind of dark.
We took out the seats from the van, the back seats of the van, because we weren't using them anyway. And now that's our couch. Right now we're like camping in construction, and it's fine because we're nice and warm.
These are fuel fill caps for our gasoline tanks, but for now they're perfect for taking a little sample of our whiskeys. Oh, it's good to be out on the gold fields again.
Good times. Good times.
In the next 90 seconds, I'm going to tell you how you can meet our crew and see the Eroica operating in person in Nome. Nome is in Alaska's Arctic region. It's one of the least visited and least populated areas, and it's the last real frontier in America. Everyone's seen it on TV before. You've seen the bears, you've seen the tundra, you've seen the northern lights and the end of the Iditarod. It's so remote that it's really difficult to see in person, which is why I want to tell you, if you want to have a real adventure in Alaska's Arctic region and find real gold like we do, there's only one way to do it, and that's at AKAU Golden Resort. It sits on Anvil Creek, which is at the heart of Nome's original gold rush.
Oh my gosh. Look at that thing. Oh, wow.
Right over there, 5 minutes in.
It's that easy, huh?
That's incredible.
They also offer you four-wheelers to ride, fishing trips, and anything else you might need in the wildest region of America. I love this place so much, I hosted a trip there in 2023 with 20 guests, and it was awesome. And I want to do something similar this year. If you visit AKAU this summer and sign up for the Bering Sea Gold package, my crew will give you a personal demonstration of the Eroica, and you'll get to have dinner with me at the camp. So go to emilysalaska.com, no apostrophes, and check it out. Thanks so much.
How's it going?
Wakey, wakey.
I can feel this thing moving as the wind blows, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is gnarly.
Whole house is shaking, man.
There's a big old storm, and we're up in the mountain pass, trying to get into Nome. And we can't. The road is snowed in.
Yeah.
And these other guys just came through, and they said that you can't do it. I gotta try to turn this thing around.
We've got a big fuel tank on the back with kind of a janky trailer. Good driving.
We're heading in. This van is not a wintertime vehicle, and even though it is May 15th, it is wintertime. It's a wild, horribly rainy, stormy, snowy day.
There ain't a bit of water in sight. It's just all
Dude, it is like
iced over.
it's just so like, oh man, it's so
Ice.
grim. Where is the ocean?
Yeah, you don't see nothing right now.
I'm sure that Dan and David had this very same conversation when they
I
came up.
guarantee it.
Dude, it's a wild time. It is so freaking cold and wintry out there, and there's not even a sliver of blue out in the ocean. We were looking for it. We were like, where's the water?
It kind of blew back from the south.
Yeah. Ooh, is that the davit?
Yeah.
Davit.
Yeah.
Davit.
Yeah, so this is new to us, davit, and the idea is that we put a pulley right here that goes down and grabs onto our big hose, and from up on deck where this will be, we can crank the handle and lift the dredge up. Or
Cool.
lift the hose can only bend so much. There, look at that.
Oh, you'd be able to get that.
And she's so high.
That's
So
Above me. She's so lovely. Is bringing the hose up that high going to cause like a bend or an issue where it comes out? Like, are we gonna be bending it or compromising it or pulling it out?
we're gonna have to just
Kind of
test it and
experiment
see.
with it?
And we can do that right here.
Good. Sweet. So we can just bolt this thing down? Yeah, we gotta just cut off the damaged part. Sweet. Look at that.
It should just hold on back.
Nope.
Ah, shoot.
This flinging thing that just happened. These guys over here do it as well. If you're not careful when you're pulling up the hose. Last year, I literally broke my hand with one of those handles smashing me in the hand. So when I went back to Michigan, it didn't start bothering me for like quite a long time, like 4 months ago, it started hurting my hand. And I had this bump on my hand. And I couldn't hold a coffee cup. For real, I couldn't even hold a coffee cup. And I'm supposed to come up here. So I went and had an x-ray, and there's a floating piece of bone in my hand that was on a tendon.
Lovely.
So February 23rd, just a couple months ago, I had surgery on this hand. And I've been in hand rehab ever since. So, this thing flying back, those things flying back, it's a pretty big deal.
While we're here, though, we can still
See you.
lift the hose. It seems really loose. Maybe if we tighten up these bolts, maybe it can help.
Maybe.
Okay, is this the locking mechanism? Hey, it does lock.
Yeah, man.
Dude, with that, I mean, we're dredging.
Yeah. Got the jet and flare hooked up.
Nice.
Dan's working on this I-beam. The I-beam is for the new davit. That's what it's for. That's what Dan's working on. Some super cool clamping. It'll never fall on somebody's head.
Never.
Just used the new davit. We just got it all bolted in place. I thought, why not give it a little test run, get the new hot water heater, which will keep us nice, warm, and toasty. So we put a winch on it and came up like a dream. It was super nice. Much more efficient in using it for other stuff than just a hose.
I don't know what to think about that.
Gotta get ready for the season. Actually, let it go.
I wouldn't.
Seems to be holding.
I mean, for now, it seems a bit precarious.
Okay, you guys want to get launched?
Yeah, let's go.
You gonna do some surgery?
Getting there. Trying to figure out where to put the scalpel
Yeah.
first.
We have to cut a hole in the spot where the fuel tank goes down without hitting up all the framing inside of the pontoon. Slide this on there, and then mark where the tank is. And that way I have tank, flange. I'll set this on the boat, scoot back and forth, and try to figure out where the exact placement is. Also make sure the fuel cap is not like directly under a piece of metal that would be land.
Oh yeah, all right.
Oh, we can tie that off.
One little slip, you break your wrist, and you're not diving.
Yeah, I think that we could get by in our operation with 3 knots. You know,
The bowline, the fisherman's, and what?
I think just a
Clove?
clove hitch.
Yeah.
Anytime you're tying a rope onto a round thing, clove hitch. It's great. We've got bigger outboards. They're going to drink more gasoline. We need more gasoline on board. So we're upgrading from 25 gallons to 100 gallons.
David, fabricating professional, machinist. What you working with?
Right angle grinder,
Nice.
face protection, OSHA approved.
Dang, dude. That's like, I've never used that kind of face protection before. Normally it's just kind of like a measly pair of eyeglasses.
That's to protect the money makers, right?
It's true, dude. Somebody around here has to have a face that's intact.
Oh, yeah, right. That just helps it cut through the aluminum better. It doesn't bind up on the wheel.
Yay! Woo!
A little bit of gravel in here. Think there's any gold? That's kind of funny. Every time you see a little pile of gravel, you're like, is there gold in there? And yes, there is a little tiny piece of gold.
There you go.
Okay, well, what do you
I
do?
guess we better pan the entire boat.
What do you do with it, you know?
I know what I would do with it, Dan. I would package it up and put it on BeringSeaPayDirt.com, where you can buy the gold that comes right out of the sluice box, or in this case, deck. Once you're on our website, you have a couple of options. You see, pay dirt is kind of like a Jack and Coke. You've got the Coke and the ice, and similarly, you have sand and minerals mixed in with the gold that you have to pan yourself, just like we do. Now, beautiful gold in a vial is a different story. It's like scotch, which is my favorite. Neat, just straight, beautiful, clean gold in a vial delivered directly to you. Every gram is guaranteed to be mined right here in the good old US of A. If you want 10% off your first order of pay dirt, you can sign up for our email newsletter and get exclusive reports from our crew. You can find the link in the description or the first comment below.
This is for our fuel tank.
Oh, look what we got here.
Yeah, got a big old gate.
Oh, that ladder just kicked straight out from under me. That's why you always hold on with 3 points. There's like a frightening amount of water in there.
Dan said he thinks it's fresh water because it's frozen still.
But David hasn't tasted it yet. Let's check.
What's that?
You haven't tasted it yet?
I haven't tasted it yet, no.
What are we doing with this big, goofy inspection hatch hole here? We're gonna patch it and put in a smaller one. Aw.
Cutie.
A little baby one.
Yeah.
There's a little bit salty. If it's salt water, it could indicate that the boat's leaking and the ocean's getting in. If it's fresh water, then the rain is getting in. It's 50-50, so why did I do that?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is such a small leak. I mean, it sat in the water for 6 months, if that was all the water in there.
Well, it also sat there during every rainstorm for a year. Oh, okay, so this is the sealant that was supposed to keep the ocean out. That screw allowed water to drip in. And, yeah, probably that one too. So, that explains it. Isn't it amazing that that tiny little half-inch mistake results in that? Well, isn't this guy just our best friend? Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, when you see that big snowblower blades, and you're driving straight towards it.
It's like
be intrusive. Don't
it's
swim.
like Final Destination.
Just don't go into the eater.
Alright, so we're here at our friend Grant's Connex where I've been storing my old used dredge hose. But we're going deep this year and we're extending the hose like another 12 feet or so. So we're just gonna take a look at the hose and see what parts are still usable. Dan and David are on their way. And I think I have an idea of what we're gonna wanna use. So the hose is made up of this really super strong, rigid red hose, orange hose. And then this more like lightweight, flexible and bendy gray hose for the diver side. And I think we should just, it's not in very good shape, but I think we should just reuse this because it's so much easier to work. This guy's gonna come by and we're gonna try to separate the hoses.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right, so just
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, it's coming.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, heave!
Okay, good job.
Okay.
Now we're the only ones doing it.
Tie that to the Connex. Tie this to the...
Oh, you're gonna go walk away with the other one?
I'll just grab the orange part and give it a yank. In these situations, I don't think bowlines are necessary. Just something that jams.
I think bowlines are always nice.
And then put a nice shell in there. Okay, we're good. All right, send it.
Hey, come up! It's mostly off now, though. Hey, I just wanted to be known that it was not my knot that failed. That was Dan's fault.
Oh, it broke.
Hey! Come on, you guys.
Ready to dredge. Okay.
Well, we just got hosed.
Again.
Dude, Dan, you're falling down with the hose a lot.
Snapped my leg.
Oh no, sorry.
Okay.
Got our extension. To the shop, to the shop, to the shop, shop, shop. David!
Your hose extension.
It's a coupler.
And we already have gold. Look at it.
Whoa!
Oh, there.
Dude, you're already prospecting.
Yep, there's some up in there. I'm sure if we flip it around, there's gonna be more.
Dude, well, it's like these act as like mini riffles.
I'll just brush it off into a pan.
That's been sitting there for like, gosh, when did I replace? 4 years. I think I replaced the hose in 2020.
So this is the 2019 gold right here.
This is 2019 gold.
It's been brewing.
I better call the crew from that year.
Yeah, split it up.
Little gold split.
Well, we already have that pan of gold
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna brush it off into it.
we're gonna add to our found gold collection.
That's just Dan already pretty much panned most of what was in here, but there's still some. You can see it.
Oh yeah.
There's still some fine stuff. Some roly-poly is what it kind of looks like. The annoying stuff.
This was from from one of our cleanup devices. This is such a funny thing about being a gold miner.
Hey,
It's just like finding.
You don't just throw it on the ground, right? I mean, if it's one speck, maybe. Yeah.
Just the idea.
Is this chasing specks?
No, this is like treasure hunting.
Oh,
you know.
Okay.
Chasing specks is like in the middle of the sea, so when you're wiping it off the deck.
You're brushing the deck you're brooming off the deck and you pan what you've broomed. That's chasing specks.
Yeah.
That's desperation.
That
means we did it really bad.
This is totally different.
Yeah. Is it? It's not. All right, we gotta be done with this. We got work to do. Oh, there's probably gold. It'll be there next time. We're gonna put it in our hose.
Well, yeah, then we're going to collect more.
Yeah.
You know? You leave a couple specks to attract the other specks.
There you
know?
go. Likes company. There. It's probably good enough.
Kind of hard to see, but yeah, there's definitely gold in there. That's crazy.
So this is our hose. This is the length it's been for a long time because we've only been dredging up to 30 feet. And adding 10 feet of hose, which seems ridiculously not a lot, that amount right there is what's going to cause us to probably only be able to dive for 2 hours and 50 minutes at 40 feet without a safety stop.
But hopefully the gold is worth it. That's our hope. Hopefully we will find enough gold to make it way worth it to have this extra 10 feet.
In between here, there's a stainless steel coupler that is attaching these two hoses, and these clamps are what's keeping everything attached.
Got the metal for the outboard brackets. Go team, go!
This comes way far back.
I'm ringing a bell.
That's already gonna have to slide forward, I think.
What's that?
Yes.
Never cut up towards yourself.
Okay.
Except when you have to.
A lot of action up here.
Well, that's definitely different than last year.